He didn't win rooms by talking fast, he won them by listening. The camera noticed first, directors noticed next. He'd hold a beat half a second longer than the line required, and the scene would inhale. Underplaying became a signature. Not aloof, not blank. Just calm enough that you leaned in. When the 90s tried to turn every lead into an exclamation point, he chose the period. And somehow the period got louder. Early roles confirmed the power of less. River's Edge had that haunted stillness. My Own Private Idaho taught him to be tender without sugar. Much Ado About Nothing showed he could stand inside Shakespeare's music and not flinch. He kept experimenting with volume. He discovered that if you trust a frame, it will do half the talking for you. He let it. If this already has you curious, tap like and watch till the end, because the last beat is the hinge that aims him straight at the breakthrough. Then came temptation. Act bigger. Shout, fill the room. The industry loves an amplifier. He dodged it. He learned a trick that looks simple until you try it. Play certainty softly. Stand still and let the moment prove itself. It's why small lines started landing like verdicts. It's why long pauses didn't feel empty. You could feel the goalie again. Angles, patience, reading intention instead of noise. The decade warmed. He took a run at romance and refused to hide behind rainstorms or violins. He played love straight, not the kind that announces itself, the kind that arrives on time and doesn't apologize. In A Walk in the Clouds, he found a tone that would become useful later. Belief without grandstanding. When you play sincerity well, audiences stop looking for the trick. They just feel. Then the devil walked in wearing a suit. The devil's advocate could have swallowed a softer actor whole. Al Pacino is a weather system. Most leads would try to meet thunder with thunder. He didn't. He gave Pacino room to burn and stayed cold at the center. Dangerous without yelling. Haunted without pouting. The restraint made the heat read hotter. The film worked because it had contrast. Flame in one corner, quiet oxygen in the other. Action kept calling, but not the kind that hides and edits. He started training with a seriousness that impressed the rooms where pain is a language. Basics first. Footwork. Balance. Breath. He met stunt coordinators who turned repetition into revelation. Fights aren't about anger, they're about math. 10 beats, 3 anchor points, a fall that tells the truth. The humility from those gyms never left. It shows up later like muscle memory in a long take that refuses to lie. He built a coalition quietly. Wire teams, choreographers, doubles, riggers, the tribe that would someday become family. He listened like a student and worked like staff. When the day ran long, he ran longer. When the ask got harder, he asked for more rehearsal, not more help. These are small habits. Small habits are how you build the engine that can carry impossible scenes without panicking. The public started to slot him into boxes. The stoic one, the kind one, the gentle action guy. He ignored the labels and kept testing edges. Between the thrillers and romances, he leaned into projects that didn't promise applause. Not because he craved obscurity, because he craved learning. If a role didn't teach him something he could carry, why take it? If these no-fluff deep dives are your thing, hit subscribe. We go further than the headlines. Then a script landed that wasn't just a script. It was a question impersonating a movie. What is real? What does a body owe a belief? He read pages about code and cages, about waking up to the idea that your ordinary life might be a mask for a war you can't see. The language was strange and exact. The world inside it felt dangerous, disciplined, and, most important, earnest. No winks, no safety net. He recognized the assignment before anyone said the word. Mean it. Before fittings and wires, he did the thing he always does. He trained the center. Neck, back, core, breath, the boring architecture that lets a body do philosophy without turning it into mime. He was not preparing to pose in a trench coat. He was preparing to carry stillness through chaos. The goalie again, just with higher stakes and better tailoring. The meetings with the filmmakers had a different electricity. They wanted belief more than celebrity. Their action Bible referenced Hong Kong clarity. Geography you can read, bodies that prove what cuts would otherwise pretend. He had already started living that ethic in smaller rooms. Now he was being asked to scale it up until the world noticed. He said yes with the quiet of someone who knows what yes costs. Costume tests turned into grammar. Sunglasses weren't a flex, they were punctuation. The coat wasn't fashion. It was a sentence with weight at the end. He learned how to make a hallway feel like a thesis and a pause feel like an argument. The outline of a myth started to appear, not because he chased iconography, but because he treated every beat like a promise he owed the audience. What made his underplaying so valuable here is simple. The movie needed a human voltage that didn't short out the ideas. He could hold an eyeline that said, "I don't understand yet, but I will," and make you believe the will part. He could sell confusion without looking lost. He could sell certainty without turning smug. Philosophy needs that balance. So does action. Off camera, the same old manners. Names? Thanks. Early. Useful. The crew learned quickly. The lead actor wasn't going to ask the edit to do the work. He would. That decision pulled departments into alignment. When the person in the center treats clarity like oxygen, everyone else starts breathing better. It's contagious in the best way. You can watch the pre-breakthrough films now and see the outline forming. Silence that carries. Movement that means it. Kindness that never curdles into sentimentality. A sense that he's standing on marks he earned in rehearsal rather than marks someone taped for him. By the time the green coat is ready to fall, he has the spine to hold it. And here's the hinge almost everyone misses. The myth didn't make the man. The man made the myth possible. Years of listening, of goalie angles, of letting other people be louder in a scene so the story is better, of treating crews like neighbors. That's the prep that turns a role into a phenomenon. When the door labeled The Matrix finally opens, he's not walking in to be transformed. He's walking in to prove the person he already is can carry an idea big enough to bend pop culture. That's the ascent without the noise. No victory laps, no speeches about destiny. A steady build of choices that teach the body to tell the truth and the face to hold the weather. The industry kept offering volume. He kept choosing clarity, which is why when the next chapter begins, the action doesn't drown the philosophy, and the philosophy doesn't drown the fun. It all fits because the instrument is tuned. Thank you for watching this far. If you got value, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for notifications.